Hey everyone, welcome back to Mandala by Jay. If you are loving this sketchbook challenge, you are going to enjoy today's mandala. It's ornate, elegant and painted with acrylics. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss upcoming videos in this 25 mandala series. All the materials that I'm using, including this sketchbook and acrylic paints, are linked in the description if you would like to join in. And trust me, this one's worth watching till the end. The final look is magical. So just like all the videos, we will start by drawing the grid for our mandala today. So the video will be in two parts. First we'll be drawing the mandala, the outlines using black pen, and then in the second part we will be coloring it using acrylic paints. So let's start by drawing our regular 20-degree grid. After the grid is ready, we will start adding our patterns one by one. So the first thing we will do is we will draw a circle using black pen and a rounder. The first circle will be 1 centimeter in radius. Next we will add one more circle which will be 1.5 centimeters in radius. Both these circles will be in black pen. Now in the center we will be adding our teardrop pattern starting from the center, and for this we will take 3 lines of space, 1, 2 and 3. So total 3 lines of space for one of this. I'll draw one and show here. In the next circle here, we will add pointed petals, which will be using again 3 lines of space. So the first petal will be starting here. So there is this line which passes in between these two teardrop patterns, right? So from this line, we are going to start the pointed petals, alright, from all of these lines one by one. For ornate mandalas, the patterns are very simple. I would say, yeah, for a beginner mandala actually, the patterns are kind of simple because the color has to do most of the job. The final look of the mandala depends on the colors that you choose. Next we will add a 2-layered pattern on top of this circle. So I'll show you the pattern once here. So it will be our regular pyramid and then 2 curves on the side. Okay, so this will be our 1 layer and the second layer, 2-layered pattern. So there will be this pyramid at the top and then 2 curves on the side. So when you draw the pyramid, it will not touch the lines, okay? It will be in approximate halfway of the space, and the only thing touching the next line will be the curve around it, okay? So please note the placement of it. We have to fit the entire design in 3 lines of space, the pyramid in half and the semicircle in the next half. So the circles will be 2.1 centimeter for these curves, alright, and then 2.8 centimeter for the pyramid. For the top part of pyramid, the outermost circle here will be 2.8 and the inner one for the level of these curves will be 2.1 centimeter. Here's a close-up of the current design. Next thing, we will add a border for these patterns. Now I'll show you the border once here. We will draw a regular one for the beginning part, and then when we reach this corner here, we will give a small circle here and then continue the border below. Same on the other side, curve and then below. So this will be our border for these patterns here. Here is a close-up of the border. Do not make the borders too thin or it will be difficult to paint it later. Alright, make it thick enough so that the brush will fit in well. Next we will add just a simple teardrop inside this shape here. So when designing ornate mandalas, we plan the patterns according to the space we have. Now we can obviously add details in each of these spaces here, but since we are going to color it, that will get very difficult and complicated. So we have to leave spaces around for the color to be added, and according to that we select our patterns. There are also like a detailing part that you can do after you have finished coloring entire thing using dotting tools, which we will also be doing at the end of our video. Next we are going to draw semicircles in between these two patterns. For that we will take our rounder and place it at this section. Place it here where both the semicircles meet. At this common point here, which is on the grid line, we will place our rounder and then draw a semicircle on top of this. Draw a semicircle starting on top of the pyramids from one top to the next one. Alright, so like this we'll be drawing a semicircle and then one more semicircle which will be on a border for it on the inside. Alright, so a border like this, and then the third one will be a few millimeters lower it, like this. So these three semicircles we'll be doing. You all can So we'll be doing these three semicircles. You all can check out the distance that you are supposed to keep in between them. The placement for your rounder, the pointed part will be at this point. Alright. Inside this space here, below the border, we will add continuous layer of petals, starting with the central one first, and then more follow-ups. Next we will add a 3-layered pattern which will be big enough to fit in this entire space. Alright, it will be starting at the last circle. Alright, whichever final circle that you have, the biggest that will fit on the page, from that circle we are going to start, and it will be in 3 layers. So the first one will be our pyramid. Next will be an inside out semicircle. So it will be again starting at this point. Two inside out semicircles, and then we will close it down again at the bottom. So this will be our main pattern here in 3 layers, the pyramid, semicircles, and then closing it down again with more curves. Now the border for it will be again a simple one. Again, keep the thickness of border as per your convenience, because you have to paint the borders also later. So keep the thickness as per your liking. So this will be our outer shape. I'll give you a close-up of it. Now there will be 3 circles for the measurements of this. One is the outermost, which we already have. We don't need a measurement for that. There will be measurement for this point here where the pyramid ends, and the next circle will be for this point where the semicircle ends. Okay, so there will be 2 circles. I'll give the measurements of both of them. So these next 2 circles here will be this one. The one for the level of pyramid at the bottom here will be 4.3. It will be 4.3 centimeters, and the one below it for the level of these semicircles, it will be 3.9 centimeters. All right, 4.3 and 3.9. So these are the 2 levels. In the space between 2 of these shapes, we will add a pointed diamond shape. So it is like this. I'll show you the shape here. 2 curves on the top, and then 2 more long curves at the bottom. So this is a pointed diamond shape. We will be adding here in between these 2 shapes. The starting point will be obviously the outermost circle. I'll quickly draw one and show. Here's a close-up. Inside it we will add a very thin border. For the details of these 3 layered shapes, we will add 2 spirals opposite to each other, starting from this central line. In between 2 spirals, we will draw a double pointed shape starting at this bottom point here and going all the way to the neck of the design. Our mandala here is complete. Now for the parts that might seem too much empty to you, like this top part here, we will add details in here directly using color. Alright, now once the mandala is complete, we will erase the grid very nicely. Each and every line must be gone, because if it remains by chance and you color over it, then the line will be visible and you can do nothing about it. So you must ensure to erase each and every line nicely before we start coloring. For our mandala, we'll be using orange, then ultramarine blue, red, lemon yellow, white, and then gold color for painting it. Now gold color will be there in all of the borders, which each and every border that you see in all the patterns, we'll be doing them in gold color. The white color is for mixing colors, which we'll be doing in later steps, and the lemon yellow, we are going to use it to create cream color. So the cream color will be by mixing these 2. So let's start painting. The colors that I have shown are all by Fevicryl brand, except the gold, which is by Camel Fabrica. Alright, so you can see the exact shade. This is the shade of golden color that we'll be using. And for the brush, we will be taking triple zero size and zero size of brush according to the spaces that we have. All of these products are linked in the description below. If you want, you can get them. For the central petals here, we will take orange color. If your color is thin enough, you can use it directly, or if it is like too thick, then add a few drops of water in it. Try to fill the color within the lines, okay? Don't worry if your color goes over the black lines, on the black lines. After we have finished painting everything, we can draw over it again using the fine liners. Now inside the spaces in between those petals, we'll be using ultramarine blue color. Now yes, if you don't have the exact same shades, you can buy them, or you can use a different shade also which you have, okay? Do not worry about that. For these pointed petals here, I will be taking a red color for it. It is labeled as crimson color. You can use that also. Now we will add lemon yellow color in these spaces above. In this shape here, next we will color it orange in the background, leaving the teardrop and border empty. In these sections here, which are empty below the petals, we will be doing ultramarine blue color. For the inside teardrop pattern here, which is inside this orange shape, we will be taking crimson color or red color. We will be doing these petals and this elongated pattern here both in cream color, which we will make and do all of it at once. So for now we will be doing the background of this shape here, alright, because if we do the inner parts first, then it might get difficult to get the background correct. So it is better if we do the background first, and for that we'll be using the same ultramarine blue color. Now we will make cream color for these petals and this elongated pattern here. For that we will take some white color in our palette. And then we will take very little of yellow color and mix it. Once mixed well, check the shade on a rough sheet first. And if you are satisfied with it, you can use, or you can make it a little bit more darker by adding some more yellow. Add 1 or 2 drops of water if your color is very thick. And now our cream color is ready. The shade might not appear correctly on the camera, so adjust the shade according to your liking, but make it a pretty light cream color, and just add yellow enough so that it looks different from the white color of the paper. And yes, if there are empty corners above these petals, then you can darken those. In the spirals, Here in both of these we'll be doing a yellow color, lemon yellow. Now in these diamond shape patterns which are on the inside, we'll be doing crimson color. Now finally we are going to do gold color in all of these borders, including the diamond shape also. The gold color I'm using is the camel fabrica golden yellow color. If the color is readily too thick, add some water and color in a palette and then use it. You have to be very careful while doing this part. Do not take too much color on the brush or it will leave a big drop on the design. The coloring part of the mandala is now over. I'll give you all a close-up of this. So the mandala here is not finished yet. There are two things to be done. One, we are going to add highlights in the empty spaces, and second, we will have to redo all of the lines, all right, because while painting the paint goes over lines, right, and it is not possible to control at such micro level. So we are going to redo all of the line work and we are going to add highlights. You can do any one before, whichever you want, like so for now we'll be doing the highlight part first. For highlighting we'll be using gold and white color and dotting tools. I generally prefer white color more for highlight work. So now as you can see in the mandala here, we need to highlight more importantly in these places, in these top portions and in these blue shade again and in these orange portions. Yeah, these spaces need highlighting work more. So I'll just simply take my dotting tool and place dots. Select the size of tool according to the size of your shape here. You can instantly see the difference highlighting makes. Now if you look at the mandala closely, you will find a little bit less of orange color, right? Orange color is a little bit less overall. So you can also consider adding highlights of the same. Now I am taking golden color. See, the mandala looks very complete and very full. Now also you have to keep in mind that we don't have to overdo it. I will add some white dots in these orange portions. And please be careful while doing this. Make sure not to touch the previous dots. It takes time to dry out. And now I'll place some white dots again in these designs here. And now finally I'll place a nice big dot in the center, and it will be in gold color. To make it more plump, you can add more color on top of it. Now you have to wait at least 1 hour for the dots to dry, and after that you can do the line work again. And yes, please don't skip the line work, it is necessary. It will give a very nice finishing overall. So here it is, our ornate mandala in acrylics. I absolutely love how rich and the detail looks. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your art loving friends. Tag me on Instagram if you are posting the artwork. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on bell notifications. More mandalas keep coming every now and then. So thank you all for watching till the end. Please comment in the section below which part is your favorite, whether you like drawing more or you like coloring it more. See you all in the next video.